All right, Eli. We will get started with questions on the Zoom.
All right, David, go ahead.
Hey, this is for any of you. I know the last game that you guys played against Vegas last weekend, it was that second quarter where the game kind of got out of hand, where they kind of got free, got some shots to fall from the outside. Today, that third quarter there seemed to really hurt you with their outside shooting in particular. I know after that last game, the Vegas game, you know, you talked about Nneka, you talked about the transition defense as being a big reason as to why that happened. Today, are those defensive issues? Are those some of the same things that you're seeing out there? You know, like what was it in that third quarter that really were able for Dallas to get going like that?
This is a question for me?
Well, for any of you.
Yeah, you know, like transition defense, to be honest, like you have to have a focus on it, but then also too, understanding shot selection is also what contributes to transition defense. And so, you know, there are times when I don't know if we're very aware of like when the shot is going up for us to know to get back. And then also too, when we have turnovers, you know, that's what leads to transition. They scored off our turnovers, and that's what a great team is going to do. So we have to be able to take care of the ball, understand shot selection so that we can make a team like that, bring it out of the hoop more often, instead of just kind of starting at our 3-point line and going into their offense.
Thank you.
Jackie?
Hey there. So I know, Kristi, this one is actually for you. That's kind of piggybacking off of what Nneka said. When you're on the floor and you're in those moments and you know, okay, we have to try to turn this corner. When you guys huddle up, are there thought processes and things that, especially now that you're bringing a whole new insight to the team, are there things that you see that you kind of communicate while you're on the floor?
I mean, you know, I'm getting my feet wet, you know, being the first
Right.
game, you know, brand new team really, other than kind of really these two and one other from last year. There's a lot of newness. And so I'm, you know, I don't want to dominate the room with my thoughts or opinions. Like that's something we'll certainly collaborate with the coaches. But my wheels are always turning, but I don't want to overstep. And so I'm trying to find that balance right now. And yeah, I mean, it's game one. So you know, I'm also trying to physically get myself in a place where I can kind of do my thing and lead by example in that way. But baby steps, you know, we've still got a long ways to go, and certainly not panic mode or anything like that, but we're in the thick of the journey right now.
Yeah, if I could do a follow-up, Chiney, despite the loss, there were some great moments in this game. Are there things that you particularly see that you guys are doing great as a team that you think if you can capitalize on that and you move forward, you can have more success?
I think we have strength in numbers, and just knowing that we have a lot of capable players that can go out there just incentivizes us to play harder every possession. So knowing that, you know, we are a deep team, just sort of like, you know, playing hard, knowing that it doesn't matter who's out there, we can compete. And so, but also that comes with like chemistry and figuring things out when we have so many new pieces. But at this point, it just is, I think the good is that we all are working hard. It's just now putting the pieces together over the course of 4 quarters.
Thank you.
I will open up for questions in the room. Go ahead.
What's it like to, you know, start WNBA season in Dallas where you coach this past year?
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, honestly, the thing I was thinking about is this was our last game last season. You know, Dallas was the team that finished our season. So, big fan of Dallas, obviously now coaching with the Mavs. But yeah, it was nice to be here. It was nice to see familiar faces and, you know, sleep in my own bed and all those things. Obviously wish we came out with the win, but, you know, I love the familiarity of the city and the people and the friends and family that are all here. So that was nice to be around.
What would you say are some of the key things you learned in your first year with Kid and the Mavericks?
Our theme all year was chemistry and accountability. And so, Jason's a Hall of Fame player, and I think, he has the potential to be a Hall of Fame coach. Just his leadership, the way he connects with players, the way he distributes roles with his coaches, he's just, top notch. And so for me to be around him every single day, I'm extremely thankful. But just his overall leadership, I think, and the way that he balanced everything was the biggest takeaway.
What's the toughest part about coming back from coaching? I know you've done some with the Wizards, I believe. What's it like coming back, this time compared to the first time?
Yeah, tougher here just because, we made a deep playoff run going to the Western Conference Final. So, just meeting up with my teammates and, everybody really late, missing training camp and, first 12, 13 games of the season. And now we're a very new team, back with the Wizards in the Mystics that we already had that team established. So just getting familiar with everybody, getting myself in, basketball shape. It's different when you're running on the treadmill or riding the bike versus having to defend and move laterally and all those things, change your pace and all those things. So that'll take a little bit of time, but I felt pretty good. I felt natural. Everything kind of came back, and I know it'll continue to come back as we continue to progress.
What was that ride to the Western Conference Finals like for you?
Oh, a blessing. It was really, really cool. I'd never been a part of, NBA playoff basketball before. I've won, with these guys, but it was different and it was really, really cool. And I love just the environment, the vibe, the attention to detail, just really knowing inside and out about, Utah to Phoenix to Golden State, the adjustments, all those things. Basketball junkie, that's what you thrive for. And so it was really, really fun, really special. And those guys played their butts off, and it was just really fun to watch their joy and watch them grow throughout the course of the year, but especially in the playoffs.
And how much are you going to be in the coach's ear, kind of sharing some of those things that you've learned through that playoff run and really all season long?
Yeah, I will. Like I said, I'm still kind of getting my feet wet. I don't want to overstep, but there are obviously things that I could bring. Just like Nneka will, just like Chiney will, everybody, we're all experienced in different ways and stages. So, we will have those conversations. We're playing basically every other day now. So that's fun to me. Let's just play through it. Let's figure it out on the court. But we'll talk. I know Fred and the coaches, it's open door policy. So that communication is always going to be there. And so I'll certainly take advantage of it.
Any other questions in the room? Good. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.